You'll see it. You'll see it. It'll be like that. So yeah, you haven't got one yet. You haven't got one yet. But so typically with something like this, I don't know exact. I haven't done the math, but you can scout like 2 to 3 guys at every position. So you could either keep looking for a quarterback, or you could be like, okay, I'm just gonna offer a scholarship to all 3 of these guys, or you could be like, whatever you want to do.
Ashen one, what woeful umbral ash is this? This barren dust, where didst thou happen upon? Oh yes, clinging to lofty dreams, if it must come from one most wouldst thou not agree? Ashen one.
Oh, and in heavens, she was already dead. Thank you. Almost a relief. You can as goodbye.
Oh, I was not the gods, I am. Have a pleasant journey.
Oh, again. Come again.
Knowest that, and then Ashen bring, is it not? Knowest thou that, and then Ashen.
Back again. Oh my. And the other thing, I doubt now. Oh, it's removed, not what? I don't mimics in the full. I hope. Come again.
Just wasn't. Well, I said you should. Pretty be careful.
they just got the #2 recruit in the nation today. I don't think he's going to. I don't think he was going to. I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna I don't think it's gonna happen his rookie year. I could see it happening like later into Shador's career, but I'd just be so surprised if they did that because I feel like I just don't feel confident that that's gonna happen. Yeah, it's just like the NFL's kind of like, I don't know. Seems like the last place something like that would happen. I don't know. Like Jerry Jones, yeah, like it's a power move, but Jerry Jones is like giving up so much power by having the coach be the quarterback's dad. But also like there's some argument to be had that to be more successful having dad as the coach and pretty much been successful at every level having dad there. So no. But also it's kind of like in the NFL, if you don't coach well, they'll fire you, and then it's like what happens? You go back to college, and then if you go back to college, it's like, well, this guy was only ever anything when he had his son on his team. Like, what is he now without his son, the all-star quarterback? So I kind of feel like what's more likely to happen is that Shador plays on his own for a couple years, proves that he's good in the NFL, and then Dion comes and coaches. That's what I just think something about having him be his head coach as a rookie seems interesting to me. Concerning as well. Yeah, you haven't found a diamond or a bust yet. I don't know what patches have been done. Maybe they made it more rare because I think that was one of the things people wanted. It used to be like bust and diamonds were like you'd find like 4 of them every game. There you go. I seen it. Yep. A gem is what it is. So he is really like a 5-star back. His tendency is elusive back, which is good. It means he's got good agility. He doesn't really have any good abilities, but he does have good mental. He has good mental abilities, not good physical abilities. How interested is he in you? Go to recruiting.
You.
Overview.
Me.
Yeah, pretty good.
Me.
I think he'd be a good one to offer a scholarship to. No, no. It's very. You can't send the house for everyone. You send the house is like 50 points. You typically, so let's say you have 35 people. 35 times 50 is. It's in your top right. You see your hours. Yeah, hours is how many points you have. Sorry for using like mixing it up by calculator. So for your, I told you, it's important to have priority players as well as like priority positions. You can't do it this week. This week, all you're doing is scouting and offering scholarships. All literally all you can do. You're just setting up your board. Going forward, you're going to be able to send the house and do other recruiting actions. That's a bust. Yeah, it doesn't mean that he's not worth recruiting, but it basically means he's like a 3-star. Now go to your overview real quick. Yeah, just L1. So for this one, you're in the lead, but you're competing with Washington, and it really depends on like just like how much effort you want to put in. Like he's a guy that I wouldn't mind having on the team, but typically 4-star bust, I'm not gonna put much effort into recruiting. That's where I'm talking about the priority thing, because you can't send a house to anyone. He might be a guy that like maybe you send an email to or something. Yep, that's what I'm saying. This week, all you can do is just the intro stuff. And this is the same thing on week 1 every year. All you can do is offer scholarships and scout. Also, in the off season, you'll be able to do position changes, and people can go from left to right tackle with like no position, with no left and right tackle does not matter. It's really just tackles. Or for players, if you're not in the top 5. So it depends. So go down real quick. Go down to Clue. No, Kluwe. J Clue. Cluey. Right above Escalante. Now look at those bars. You see how they're lower? Now scroll up. Scroll up to Huey. Hoey. You see how that one's a little bit higher for Ohio State? And then go down to Nowanery. You can kind of see how these are different for like every person. These bars are really what tells you like how far along things are. Now, being that it's open for everyone, right now you can go after almost anyone you want because it's open. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to offer these guys scholarships, and so are every other school. And then in a couple weeks, you're going to get into phase 2. And then when you're not in the top 5, you should probably dip. But as of right now, the starting location doesn't matter that much because it's all going to come down to whoever prioritizes the player the most in terms of how much points you're willing to invest and how their interests align up with your strengths. So where you start doesn't really matter. You will get to phase 2 where if you're 5th or if you're 6th, you probably just want to drop out. But right now in phase 1, like anyone is someone you could potentially get in the bag as long as their interests align with your strengths. Yeah.
How many? Ashen one.